Indigo 15-10-100 to 4-6-30. So Oakley are now 3-1 after controlling the game pretty much after quarter time to put in a pretty dominant performance.
And continuing their dominant ways, the Oakley Chargers once again. Any other players from the Eastern Rangers lineup that you're looking forward to see? We've already watched them a couple of times in 2018 already. Rick, is there any ones that have stood out for you?
One guy that stood up last time we called was Jared Gilby. I was pretty impressed with his work ethic up against the Jets the other week. Really worked into the game, and I really liked the way he went about it. The captain, Joel Burley, lovely left footer, penetrating kick, and gives him a lot of drive through the middle. So let's hope he can play a full quarter game, because his 4 quarters are as good as anyone in this team. So I'd like to see him, put it together. He had a fantastic first half last game, so he'll be one I'll be watching as well from that end.
And I notice on the Geelong list that there's another parish that's made their way into the Geelong Falcons lineup. Is that?
Yeah, I think there's 4 in total. So Crooksy's warming his hands, hoping to get his hands on a few of them for the Essendon boys. But today's one is Finlay Parish, 183 centimetres and 73 kilos. So there's a few of them, and they're all good footballers and all make the grade at this level, that's for sure.
We're looking forward to a good game. The umpires make their way out on the ground. We might take a quick break, and we'll be back on the other side of it with the first bounce of round 4 action. It's the Geelong Falcons up against the Eastern Rangers on taccup.com.au.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football, and your number 1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Avalon Airport Oval for round 4 TAC Cup action between the Geelong Falcons and the Eastern Rangers. Both sides have just made their way out onto the park, and making his way behind the mic, it's a pleasure to welcome to the broadcast also this morning, Gabe. Welcome.
How are you, Matty? And welcome, Rick. And what a great day for footy. Perfect conditions, and I'm looking forward to this game. I know both sides are at the bottom, but we know Geelong Falcons are a pretty proud TAC Cup club, and they'll get better as the season goes on. They lost a few players, through draft and over age, but they've got some talent out there. And I just quickly marked. I think there's 5 father-son potential picks out there for the Cats. We got not for the Cats. Madigan, I think that's the son of the Hawthorn. Madigan, and then there's Minch, Hanley, Scott and Brownless, who are all sons of Guns Cats. So quite interesting. And then there's a couple of common names right down the bottom. There's Christensen and Stokes, yes. Ex-Cats players. I'm not sure, but the one that I want to look at is Connor Idun, the backman, who is touted as a potential top 10 draft pick. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. We saw him last year a couple of times and did quite well. And Rick, you mentioned Gilby. When he went off the ground against the Western Jets, everything went a bit pear-shaped because he was dominating the play between the arcs and was keeping the Rangers in. As soon as he went off, the Jets got on top and were able to kick away. The other couple of players that we've seen a couple of times that have done well. Adrian Kalkowski did quite well. Mitch Mullis, I think off half-back from memory, running off. Ben Cardamone, he's just going to be prolific, big-bodied. He's going to do quite well. And as you mentioned also in the ruck, Corliss, he does a lot of work, does a lot of running around the ground. So I think we're going to have an interesting contest. Both sides desperate to win their first game of the season. So I'm sure it's going to be a pretty tight contest.
And as Siobhan mentioned earlier, Sam Walsh, number 22 for the Falcons, really impressed me last year. He's all class, and I like those sort of footballers that look skillful, move well, and he's one that's caught my eye already. So looking forward to keeping a close eye on Sam.
I reckon he would have went number 1, just about number 1 last year if he was able. He's got leg speed. He can get the footy. He uses it well. Kicks a goal. He's fast. He's got all the attributes to be a really good footballer. And I think he's got a body shape that suggests that when he gets drafted, he'll play straight away.
Yeah, so probably Paddy Dow, a bit of a comparison. Similar.
Sort of similar in sort of body shape and so forth. But he's just at the moment what we saw last year, and he was almost Geelong Falcons' best player in the final series across the games. He just knows where to go. He knows where to get the footy. He doesn't wait for others to get it for him. And then he can burst away. I compare him not in body shape, but in terms of play to Chris Judd.
Yeah,
I see those attributes that Judd has. Get the own footy, burst away, run off, and then use it quite well. Judd sort of, as the injury started to toll, his disposal got a bit worse. But if you remember Judd from the Eagles days, he was just clinical. So, but it'll be interesting, and it should be a good game. So,
the Eastern Rangers won the toss. Joel Burley electing to go to the right-hand side of our broadcast position, which what would that be? The pool end, I suppose, the aquatic centre end of
or the Geelong end.
Geelong end, the southern.
The Geelong end, and then we've got the city end, or the Hoppers Crossing Point Cook end of the ground. For those people that know
the Werribee end.
Or the Werribee end, Werribee City end.
Mm.
There you go. The other player I remember from last year, Rick, Sam Conway, was one that played quite well in the final series and for the Falcons as a bottom ager last year. So he's one to look look out, because I remember pretty sure he played as a half forward from memory. He might have been a bit of a goal kicker.
I think you might be right there, Gabe.
Yeah,
But he was certainly impressive when we did see him.
Yeah, so since we're talking about the Falcons, we saw James Wall-Pell get picked, but I think he's an emergency for this week for the Hawks. So he's knocking on the door for a game.
Former skipper of the Falcons.
Yeah.
Hardly a breath of wind here at Avalon Airport Oval. Beautiful sunny conditions. Round 4 TAC Cup action. It's the Geelong Falcons up against the Eastern Rangers. Players just walking into their positions as we speak. And to get us underway for round 4, here's Rick Morris.
The umpire getting ready, players in the middle, and perfect conditions. Who could argue? It is a magnificent day for TAC Cup footy. He holds the ball aloft, and players pushing and shoving in the middle. Up they go. Oh, big tap out. That time went from Conway down forward for the Falcons, but Easton with the numbers, paddle it inboard into the centre square. No clear possession one as yet. Good tackling by Walsh. Slams his player down. Geelong with the numbers around the ball. Morton gets it out wide. They're trying to work it clear through. Sam Walsh gets the 1-2, goes on the left, goes forward, half forward out in front, but the ball dribbled, almost kicked on the full, but out of bounds it is. Half forward for the Falcons.
Gee, good start there, and Sam Conway's grown a few inches from last year to this year.
Took that
ruck tap out.
Tap out. He's 202 centimetres, Sam. So up they go. And pushed under at that time, over the back, clear passage here if they can get it away. No, Stapleton was grabbed. Ball up, we're at half forward. Bit of niggle in this game already, even before the bounce, so both teams very keen to get a win on the board. Stapleton gets grabbed, lost it. Bit of bumping and shoving at ground level. They bring it to out in the open. Back in it goes. They just can't break away, both these teams. And another pile up in the middle of the ground. If rugby-style tackles, forcing it forward.
Good tackle.
Back inside it goes, and eventually the umpire has to give.
Very congested there, Rick, and not much room to work with.
That's exactly right, Gabe, but a lot of aggression, which is good to see. Corliss gets that down. Stapleton in with the little handoff, and they'll kick long towards half forward, the Rangers. This will be an intercept mark. And he was nearly off there, Clark.
He was.
He gives it off again. Over the back door it goes, and we'll have a little dinky kick forward, that time by Jesse Clark. And he's found his teammate, Taylor, who goes inboard with a spear pass, and a beautiful pass in the end. And a great take, that time by Morton. Did well to gather the ball, and he plays onto a lead, and that's pinpoint. Ham takes it, kicks long towards half forward. Oh, sticky fingers. Conway goes to the lead and hits up his man.
Beautiful kick. That's great footy, wasn't it? That was pinpoint accuracy all the way from half back, and now we've got this shot at goal. They just hit every single target there, the Falcons.
Exactly right, and the man with it's Fletcher Wilson. He's going to kick from 45 directly in front. Really impressed with the sticky fingers there at Conway to take that grab.
Not bad for a 202 centimetre ruckman.
Yep, exactly right. That's what we want to see from ruckman. Fletcher Wilson comes in from 45 directly in front, kicking to the Werribee City end of the ground. Comes in, kicks it low and to the right for a behind. First score of the game, one behind to the Falcons, and no score as yet to the Rangers, and that is on the NG scoreboard.
Ross in the back pocket, broadcast side, or chips it short. His teammate fell over but had enough time to gather. Another chip kick short, hits up a target. Blank has it, half-back flank, broadcast side for the Rangers. High kick towards the centre wing, came off hands. Geelong with the numbers around the footy. Here's Hollenkamp, goes wide with the kick. Wilson chasing after it, chips it inside, attacking 50, just a little too hot. And a mark taken out wide there by Drake. Goes further afield, and they look to switch play Black through Gilby, and he was off.
That should be holding.
Good tackle applied, and the Falcons are going to get a shot in front of goal, about 20 metres out.
Special comments for Cowboys cash and carry. Gabo, what do you think there?
Well, the switch was on because it was 2-on-1 and the two had some clear space, and he played off and he played on. He should have given off straight away. He didn't know that the man was right on his ginger, and great tackle and great reward.
Schlensog, I think that is, has a shot on goal and gets it.
I don't think there's any other way to pronounce it there, Matt.
No, there's a couple of tongue twisters in the list today. Falcons move to 1-1-7 on the NG scoreboard. Rangers yet to score. We've gone 4.5 minutes in to the first term on the Technica time clock.
So Falcons dominating most of the play here. I think the Rangers went forward, didn't quite get inside 50, and everything else has been at the Falcons' end of the ground. And good tackling contests. We expect that from the Falcons most weeks.
Back in the middle, and no clear winner with that knockout. And Cardamone comes in and lays the tackle, and we'll have a ball up. Just keep an eye on where Ben Cardamone's playing, Gabo.
Yes.
And Corliss with the tap out. They're trying to break out, just can't get away at the moment, Easton. They flick it out the back now, Geelong, and go forward. Up they go. Oh, great spoil, but it goes into a dangerous territory. Easton get the numbers back. They should be able to clear this time. And out goes Quirk. He goes wider afield. And the Rangers mark and slow things down out in the outer wing. Eastern side of the ground. Play on's a call.
Off the ball. I think the tackle lingered on a little bit there.
A little bit of a push out. And that's Stapleton, who's been busy so far. Lockie Stapleton. Under the NG scoreboard. That's not in too good an operation at the moment. Down it goes, down towards forward 50, over the back. They get numbers back Geelong. Can't quite clear it. Now they do through Walsh. He kicks towards half forward. Intercept mark on the 50. And this is Stapleton again for the Rangers. Chips into a beautiful lead. Excellent pass. Out in front. That's how you like to see the forwards move. And Jordan Jaworski. Now, Crooksy did mention there was Bowden Jaworski played for Hawthorn back in the 70s. So, did mention that. Can't remember what relation it was, but it's a name we don't hear too often. So Jaworski's going to kick from 40 metres out. Not a difficult kick on a day like today. He gets under it and pulls it left, and it's through for a behind.
Got to take those opportunities. You're not going to get too many shots at goal 35, 40 metres out directly in front.
Falcons bring the ball back into play. It was a risky kick, but it was okay. Mark taken back pocket out of side by Madigan. He went short to Mensch. He got it further afield. They've got a few players on the outer wing. And they go for a bit of a run down it. Kicks towards half forward, turned over. Rangers have a mark on half back. Taking it out there. It was Blank. He goes to Cardamone.
I think he's running with Brownless, Rick.
Goes high towards the half forward flank. Pack flies, fisted away there by Hollenkamp. Kept in play by the Rangers. They send it inside, attacking 52 on 1 in favour of the Falcons, and they've got numbers around the footy as well. Clark wheels his way through traffic, chips the kick short to the half-back flank. They release the handball. Here's Walsh. Goes wide. It's pigeonholed on that half-back flank at the moment. Now they get a kick to the centre wing. Mark taken out there by Clark. Long kick towards the half-forward flank. Good fist applied by Blank. Ball kept in play. Falcons lost it. Walsh tackled, got a kick away in time. Drake chips it short, and now they're off half-back through Burley. High kick towards the centre wing. It's vacant space. Chasing after it is Zalek. Picks it up, sends the ball inboard. Almost a mark, not completed. Came to the deck. Falcons bobbling it around. No one taking clean possession now. They soccer it forward.
Gee, Walsh can't be by himself like that.
He had acres of space, and he sends a long kick inside, attacking 50. No mark taken. Tackles applied. Still got numbers hovering around the footy. Here's Ham. Gave the ball off to his teammate Idoon. His kick, though, was pretty ordinary, and it goes over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in forward pocket, broadcast side. The Falcons 117. The Eastern Rangers, a minor score on the NG scoreboard. We've gone 9 minutes in the first term on the Technica time clock.
Throw in near the goals. Falcons attacking. Down to ground it goes. Oh, kick off the pack. They're calling for the touched, but they've called the goal. And we might need the video replay to see who kicked that one.
I've got an eye on the player who did.
And out the back door, and they'll go further afield.
Almost.
Towards half forward, over the top it goes. Eastern can clear, but Geelong with the numbers, get back and hold them out. Udoon gets it off to Sammy Walsh. He runs around on the left, elects to go the right. Probably a mistake, didn't hit the target. Off they go now, Eastern with a clearing bomb. A bit of a helicopter, but it lands in safe hands. And Eastern with the ball.
Black, is it?
That's Black. He'll get on the right and kick long to half forward. Goes too far. They should get the numbers here. Geelong with a couple of hands to Cartledge. Out the back door it goes. And they'll work it clear towards centre half back. And that's a take out to Brownless. Very different from his dad in physique and hair. Out it goes wide. Handley, class player, gets it across at centre wing. He's got a mover. That'll be Torpy. Torpy goes on the left, kicks it towards full forward. Over the back. Didn't quite get it. Adoon gets clobbered. And Adoon takes the free kick 20 metres out.
Oh, reversed it.
All right. They didn't like the handling of that, so the umpire came in and took the ball off him. Long kick towards half back. Oh, good juggler at the back there.
We just picked that
player up, 64.
Not on our list. I'll have a look.
If we could, inside, nice pass, or almost a take to Duffy. He won't let go of that ball. Good aggression. Walsh trying to paddle it out of the trouble zone. Can't get away. Too many players around the ball. The umpire's got to clear this now. In he comes.
So ball up, just attacking side of the broadcast wing for the Falcons. They tap it towards the boundary line. Black was trying to keep it in play. He was unable to. We'll get a boundary throw in. Attacking side of the broadcast wing for Geelong. They lead 2-1-13. The Eastern Rangers just a minor score on the NG scoreboard. The umpire throws it back into play. Tapped. One down by the Falcons. Handball from Morton, inboard, told his teammate up the creek. Clark turns it over. We'll have another crack at it. Clark got it to Torpy. Toe poke kick, just stays in play for Schlensog. Winning it out of the contest, though, was Edwards for the Eastern Rangers. Ball towards half forward. Sorry, that wasn't Brownless. That was Cartledge taken into the ground for the Falcons. Ball at centre half forward, spills out the pack in favour of the Rangers. Up and under kick there from Edwards.
Oh, they spoilt each other. Burley.
And he puts it on the boot, and it goes straight over the top of the goal umpire's hat.
There's your AFL Draft Central goal of the day leader at the moment.
For sure. And I was just about to say, the Eastern Rangers, I've been very impressed with Joel Burley as Mallis has come off the ground with blood streaming down from his forehead, so he'll need a little bit of attention there. But Joel Burley, just a bit of class. I think we mentioned that in the last game against the Jets. He just seems a lot polished and that raking left foot, and that was a beautiful goal. Nice snap.
Back in the middle they go. Big leap. No clear winner again. Tapped out the back. Geelong trying to paddle it forward, out towards Torpy. He's got some help. Oh, good dodge and weaving. That was great work that time by Smith. Gets it down towards half forward, and Hanley couldn't quite take possession. Out of bounds it goes.
Sometimes you look for those little classy things. You don't need to get a lot of the footy, but when you saw Smith there, just do a nice little checkered run, a little bit of a dummy. Beautiful play.
Bit of a late into Lachlan Smith. That didn't carry the required journey. Come on, Mr. Boundary Umpire, eat your Wheaties.
Maybe needs that towel from Buddy Franklin. Might be a little slippery. That's a little
Here
better.
they come. That's a bit better. Over the back. Oh, good shot by Burley. Here's that left foot. This time not so effective. Goes wide to a one-on-one out in the Duffy direction. Taken by Rayner. Duffy grabs him, makes him work for it, and the umpire will ball it up. He's aggressive type, Duffy.
He definitely
Jonty.
is. Yeah, and the kick was not great off the boot, but it was effective kicking to the fat side, open up the play a bit.
It did. They tap it forward. We're 55 out from the Eastern Rangers goal. And again, we've got scraggles and packs and tackles, and eventually Geelong work it out that time to Ham. He goes wide.
Good mark.
And great mark to the other Ham, who was in the middle of it.
In the sandwich?
We'll get to that one, Gabo. We were just waiting on the right timing. Doon out the back door. Here's Geelong kicking towards goal, and that's a beautiful goal. And great work. That's his second, Wilson. Fletcher Wilson. Looks like he knows how to kick them when they're required, Gabe.
Yep.
And excellent goal. Didn't panic. Ran towards goal, straightened up and put it straight through. So we'll just get this scoreboard happening. 3-1-19 Geelong, Eastern 1-1-7. That, of course, is on the NG scoreboard. And the time clock, we're up to 16 minutes in this first quarter on the Technica time clock.
Yep, definitely great goal. And Fletcher Wilson's kicked 2 of the 3 goals so far for the Falcons.
And they'll get another clearance here. High kick, inside attacking 50. Rangers front spot, though, take the mark.
Good mark.
And it was taken there by Norris. Brings the ball wide. A little too wide in the end. Went well past Edwards. And over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in. Forward flank on the broadcast side for the Falcons. You wouldn't say they're controlling play, but they're making...
They're taking their opportunities.
Yeah.
Definitely. Probably using it a little bit better than Eastern Rangers.
Tap back into play. Ball immediately wrapped up, scooped out there for the Rangers. Have a free player on the outside. It's Kalkowski. Works his way through traffic. His kick, though, pretty poor. Mark taken here by Conway.
Ooh,
Chips it into the middle. That kick was poor as well. Mark taken by Duffy. Gave the handball off quickly to Quirk. Goes towards centre half forward with the kick. Another turnover. Falcons now rebound. Kick out wide. Searching for Ham. This is Sheldon, centre wing on the outer side. His handball went astray. They've got time to mop up through Walsh. High kick inside attacking 50 for the Falcons. Came off hands. Rangers with numbers around the footy to clear it towards the outer half back flank. And they have a mark. Taking it out there is Kai Quirk. Go towards the centre wing with the kick. Pack flies. There's a push in the back, and it will go the way of the Eastern Rangers. Corliss to take it. Just pops it on the boot. Again, not the greatest of kicks. Falcons are able to mop up. Ham kicks it back towards the flank, but another turnover. Eastern Rangers with the ball on half back. They bring it wide to Drake. Going to try and switch play. Blank takes it inside defensive 50. Has Edwards running. He decides to go further. Falcons.
Yep. Good call, umpire. Well done.
They'll bring the ball back. And Witchard will take it. He chips it inboard. Mark taken by Black. Corner of the centre square, the defensive side for the Eastern Rangers. Just popped the kick up too high. Good spoil there from Parrish.
That was an out-and-out mark, wasn't it, Gabe? I thought the spoil was pretty late. I thought he had clear possession there, but anyway.
It's one of those 50-50, Rick. Sometimes they get paid and sometimes they don't.
I thought it was fair.
And I'll have some information on the Ham brothers shortly for you as we ball the ball in. That's a better throw in. Up they go. Corliss gets it down. Brownless went without it. Kick out of trouble, but eventually we've got a clearing kick that time by Clausen.
Holding.
Gets it downfield, and a hold well spotted to Zelak. Now he hasn't got a lot of options.
Kick
We've
it
got
on.
a lead. He has to keep it low. Oh, there's a push out. Play on's the call.
Oh, no, good call. No, the second umpire saw it.
Well done. That was definitely there. McCormack. Billy.
son of.
We did speak about that, didn't we, Gabe, the other week? So he's 55 out. He'll straighten it towards the point of the goal square. Up they go. Ball spoiled. Handball out the back by Rayner. They'll get it and clear it. Down towards centre wing. Adoon is the target. He fumbled it. Eventually, Easton with handballs out the back door. They'll get it clear.
Good
a series
handballs.
of them.
Great
they can't
hands.
get out of trouble through Stapleton. Corliss had it and fumbled it. Now we've got Quirk who throws it on the boot, gets it down towards full forward. Big spoil over the back. Conway with a dangerous handball. They do have numbers through Hollenkamp. Now they'll switch it back. O'Connor. He gets into trouble. Oh, here's a chance. Here's a chance. Oh, high tackle.
That's a coat hanger.
Very high tackle. I thought the goal was coming up, but he just didn't have the sprint in his legs to win possession.
Do we have a sponsor for the coat hanger of the day? That was great.
Anyway, the
Not
free
great
kick,
for the guy that copped it.
the
but
free kick is going Geelong's way. And that was taken by Harris, who gets it down straight away down towards the middle, out in front of Scott. Bailey Scott will look for the handball, draw the handball, no, gets around, does well, but then the execution wasn't good. And an intercept mark that time.
Drake.
Drake gets it long towards centre wing, and a mark out Jaworski. Under the scoreboard, he plays on. They'll kick towards the centre half
Good kick.
forward out in front. They're doing that well, Gabe.
Yeah, they're doing better than, remember the last round we said that they weren't hitting their targets very well. Today they are.
Zoak out in front, bit too high. Gives Geelong the opportunity through Walsh to clear with a handball. Brownless just tapped it.
Good tackle.
Good
That's
tackling
holding the
there. They've
ball.
held it in their 50 here, the Eastern Rangers. They get it out the back, and we've got a snap-on goal. A snap-on goal by Mensch, but intercepted in the last line by Torpy. He'll go on the left and kick to half-back. Brownless is a target. Up he goes and takes the grab. He'll play on inboard to Walsh, who seems to be everywhere. Walsh.
But they're not really manning up. He's just running up and down the middle of the ground from the defensive 50 forward 50.
Great spoil, Clausen. Brings it to ground. But again, they can't win clear possession. Ends up with Geelong's Mensch. He gives it across to his mate in Rayner. Rayner goes inboard towards centre half forward.
Well
great
done.
take by Ham. He runs towards goal on the left. Keeps it low and puts it through the middle. And that, of course, was Braden Ham, number 20 for the Falcons. And what a ripper of a goal. Let's have a look at this scoreboard. Geelong 4-1-25 to Eastern 1-1-7 on the NG scoreboard, and we are almost at quarter time here on the Technica time clock.
Great play there, and you know, it is the difference, Matty. You mentioned before, the Falcons had just taken their chances. Rangers had the ball down there for nearly 5 minutes and weren't able to even get a point. And of course the Falcons go down the other end and score straight away. It always happens.
Bit of an injury concern for the Falcons too. Brownless has come to the bench with a hobble up, so we'll keep an eye on that. Rangers on half-back were in all sorts of trouble and have been pinged for holding the ball. Free kick to go the way of Wilson. Pops it inside, attacking 50. O'Doon on the lead, got spoiled. Had a crummer. That was
Shepherd.
Parrish. Mark on the line.
Scott, yeah, I think it is.
And he's going to be brought around on a very tight angle. It is Bailey Scott.
Oh dear. I do.
But to go through, it did.
Yep. Handball over the top there by Bailey Scott to Idoon, and just was able to get his foot on the ball before the Rangers player came across.
So on the NG scoreboard, 5-1-31. That was a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was a bit...
We're hoping to see a banana bender from the boundary there.
Bit disappointed. 1-1-7 the Eastern Rangers. We ticked over the 24-minute mark in the first term on the Technica time clock.
Tap out, and Conway wins his own ball. Handball, it's inside 50 in Geelong's forward line. Now Eastern with the kick-off out of trouble. They can't quite break away here. Now they do. We'll have to pick that player up as well. Goes towards Zeller. And the umpire will come in and stop any problems.
Oh, here we go. Bit of heat.
Just a bit of a late bump on the siren there, but it's all sorted quickly. At a quarter time here, the Geelong Falcons 5-1, 31 lead the Eastern Rangers 1-1-7, and some good highlights already.
Exactly right. And the goal kickers at quarter time, Fletcher Wilson for the Falcons with 2, and singles to Ham, Idoon and Schlengsog.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing
And
Italian-made...
single goal kicker to Jawalski for the Rangers.
We'll take a break here on TAC Cup Radio.
European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back here at Avalon Airport Oval, and quarter time, and the Geelong Falcons 5-1-31, kicking the last 2 goals of the quarter in probably the last couple of minutes, lead the Rangers 1-1-7, 24-point lead, and some interesting play. I think the Rangers have improved a fair bit from when we saw them against the Jets the previous round, hitting up the targets, the forward targets better, and the Falcons are just taking every opportunity in front of goal. And Siobhan, some interesting stats there that you've got in your book.
I have. Sam Walsh has been absolutely dominating, already up to 14 disposals, 12 of them kicks. He has a beautiful right foot, as we've seen. He's also laid some strong tackles, and it's obvious that he prefers to use his feet as he has very clean disposal. Oscar Brownless I've also been keeping my eye on. He's up to 3 disposals and taken some really good marks. I'm also keeping an eye on Ben Cardamone, as I feel like he's been looking after Brownless a little bit during the stoppages. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Yep, no worries. Thanks, Siobhan. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. In the perfect conditions, the better players, you see their skills, and we've seen Walsh, but also Burley for the Rangers has touched the ball a fair bit, and they use it well. And the key thing is that if you can't hit the target, as we saw with Burley a couple of times, at least kick it to some open space so you can your forwards can run. But look, I've been just impressed with the fact that when Geelong get the ball forward, they've got forwards that are natural. Yep. We've seen Idoon a couple of times behind. By the time the ball gets to him, he's in front. So he's got an instinct to play forward. Fletcher Wilson just knows where the goals are. And we saw that the 3 shots at goals that he's had, he's kicked 2 goals, 1 have all been directly in front or very close to goal. So the instincts there for the Geelong Falcons are pretty good. Sam Conway in the ruck. Sometimes the ruckman got to know their limitations a little bit, but he's getting plenty of the footy. He's pretty good in the tap-outs. Corliss has been okay, but Conway has been a very important link player in the thing, and he's picked up a couple of possessions forward to centre, which makes him a lot more dangerous. I think the back lines are doing quite well. Holland Camp we saw a fair bit of last year. He's quite good there down back, and also Jesse Clark, I've been impressed. He looks like maybe a bit of a quarterback there. They tend to get the ball to him, and he kicks out and kicks the ball out and gets the play going. Down the other end, I've been impressed with James Blank and also Callum Norris and the other big man. I've just lost his name here. I did mark it down, but I'll bring him up a bit later. But their backs, considering the amount of footy that's going down, they're doing okay at the minute for the Rangers. But they've got to hit the scoreboard this quarter.
Well, that's their main issue, isn't it? Once it goes inside attacking 50,
well, at the end of the 3rd match last week against the Jets, or 2 weeks ago, we'd mentioned that they'd only kicked something like about 12 goals for the whole season in 3 games. At least today, they're going forward with a bit more measure. They're hitting some targets a little bit better. They're probably not converting, but at least they've got players like Zalats, who they've got a target at centre-half forward. They just need to probably find someone a little bit deeper down the forward line. And for you, Siobhan, Cardamone's on the ground and he's going down to the back pocket where we usually see the last couple of rounds.
The gatekeeper will get the second term underway here at Avalon Airport Oval. 5-1-31 Geelong, the Eastern Rangers 1-1-7. And a quick kick out of the contest by Black. Turned over, Falcons all stripped of the ball. The umpire calls play on. And now it's all wrapped up between centre wing and half forward on the outer side for the Eastern Rangers. Kicking to the city end in this second term. No breeze or any favourable conditions to either end this morning. It is absolutely perfect here in Werribee. Up and under kick inside attacking 50 for the Eastern Rangers. No mark taken. The umpire waves the arms, calls play on. Falcons get a kick out. Heavy hit, Mensch. Got it towards centre wing. Walsh. Now Geelong gradually working their way. Torpy goes towards the half-forward flank. Fist applied by Gilby. Going to ground there. It was Brownless. He's all wrapped up. The umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Now it's centre half-forward. Now for the Geelong Falcons. A minute into the second term on the Technica time clock. The umpire puts it back underway.
Great tap out.
Beautiful tap, ends up in the hands of Torpy. He puts it sparingly inside attacking 50. And Idoon takes the mark. 45-degree angle, about 30 metres out from goal.
Even though the Falcons haven't won a game this season, they're playing some good footy. They're actually playing a good quality footy, and that tap out by Conway was perfect. I think it was down the throat of, might have been Ham, and a handball out wide, and then a perfect kick by Torpy to Idoon, and going to kick from about 35.
Idoon comes in, Nice looking drop punt off the boot. Great goal.
Umpire did not have to move an inch, Matty.
That's his second.
Stared at it as it went over the top of him. 6-1-37 the Geelong Falcons. The Eastern Rangers 1-1-7 on the NG scoreboard. We've ticked over 2 minutes into the second term on the Technica time clock.
This is dangerous time for the Eastern Rangers. We know they haven't scored a lot this year in the games so far, so they've got to get a couple of goals on the board, get their confidence up in this first half. They're back in the middle.
They're getting enough footy, Rick.
That's it.
You know, they've just got to try and get some goals, some scoreboard pressure.
And Norton with the take, gets it down towards half forward, out in front of Walsh. He picks it up, does well, circles around to Adoon, who picks it up on the half volley, gives it back to Walsh. He loves to kick it, and that he does down towards the forward line, forward pocket, over the back it goes. Cardamone with the clear. It's still dangerous. They bring it to ground. Walsh goes and gets it with the hand out. McCormack battling away there for Easton, gets it out also. And they're trying to work it clear there, Easton, but too many Geelong players at the moment holding that. And there'll be out of bounds at will at half forward for Geelong. Good pressure by Geelong forwards then. Just didn't allow the easy ball out.
Just quickly around the grounds, Dragons 32, Bushrangers 8.
As it's tossed back into play, Rangers with the numbers around the footy. Kalkowski nearly turned it over. Falcons with an opportunity. They fumble it. Now spear it out of the contest. Brownless got it to Idoon. Tried to find his teammate. Idoon had to go back in after it. Now Rayner with an opportunity. Sends the handball inboard. Picked up here by Clark. Now they go further afield. He's Brownless.
Good handball.
Gets it to Rayner. He goes down along the line. Very fine. So fine that it went out on the full. And a free kick will go the way of Gilby. Inside defensive 50. He also sends it out on the full. The disposal efficiency not the highest in this game.
Not 100%, Matty.
Clark stabs it short, and there's another one. Idoon was on hands and knees, couldn't take it. Falcons with players around. Here's Walsh, got a shove in the back as he tried to take the kick, and he will get a free kick. It's about 50 metres out from goal.
Idoon might break his fingers if they keep passing half volleys to him.
Walsh with a high kick, top of the goal square.
Good mark.
Great grab. An executive maintenance mark of the day contender there for Billy McCormack on the last line of defence for the Eastern Rangers. He puts it to the outer back pocket.
So he may move centre half back or into the ruck. Yeah. Billy McCormack.
They bring it wide. Cardamone takes it in the back pocket. Hard up against the boundary line. He stepped over it. Boundary throw in. Forward pocket broadcast side for the Geelong Falcons. The Rangers just can't get any rhythm in this second term, Gabe.
No, they can't, and this is what we saw in round 1 and round 3 with the Rangers. They can get the footy, but they just don't have that target to kick to, and they're lacking a bit of confidence, which doesn't help either. At least if you have a bit of confidence, you just go long and try to hit someone, but...
that kick's gone out in the full, and Geelong will put it back in their forward line through Rayner. He's outside, well, he's a long way from the 50. And he kicks inside 50 now to Idoon. Oh, courageous there.
Oh, in the back to Idoon. He must have got a push.
He must have got a push because Ross was the one I was watching who jumped in front of him and got the knee to the back there.
Yeah.
But Idoon with the free kick. Been leading well. He just hasn't had it delivered where he wants it. And Idoon to kick from 45 out on an angle. A difficult kick, this one.
It is, but we saw that other kick that he had earlier went straight over the umpire's head. So I'll back him, Rick.
Idoon for his third. Comes in. Connects well. And it goes. Oh, just left at the last minute. Hits the post. And through for a behind. 38 plays 7. 7 minutes into this second quarter. Geelong with the lead. Easton to play on. They get it wider on boundary side, and James Ross gives it across. He gets it back. He's in trouble. Idoon, the tackler, spoils him. Sammy Walsh with the dribbler, but it's spoiled through by Stokes.
There's that
Drake, that was.
Lack of confidence there by the Rangers. They just didn't want to kick it long to a target.
Quirk with the kick out to the back line, and Kalkowski in the back pocket, it looks like, from here.
Yep.
Falcons have pigeonholed them here.
And they've held him up. That's good comment, Matt. Up they go, and spoiled. Falcons get it back inside. A series of handballs, sees it inboard again. They can't quite get that clear kick yet. Good harassing by Easton. They get it out of that 50 temporarily, and a kick towards centre wing now. They bring it to ground. A lot of players around this congested area, and eventually the umpire will come in. Underneath the NG scoreboard, which reads 39-7, 8 minutes into the second quarter.
The umpire puts it back underway on the centre wing. The Falcons again win the tap down. Walsh on the end of the handball. Popped another one up to Parrish, who gets it across to Brownless. Runs to 50. Brownless puts it on its way and puts it through. Oscar Brownless with his first. And the Geelong Falcons are in firm control here at Avalon Airport Oval. They're 7-3-45. The Eastern Rangers 1-1-7 on the NG scoreboard. 8.5 minutes in to the second term on the Technica time clock. Special comments thanks to Cowboys Cash and Carry gave.
Yeah, they're just struggling, the Rangers. You called a pigeonhole. They just got this zone and it's massive. And the Rangers just can't get out of it at all. So with all the footy that's going into the Falcons forward line, eventually they're going to score, and score heavily if they don't change things, the Rangers.
Back in the middle we go. A little flick out the back door. Geelong attack to Walsh at centre wing. He takes the mark and plays on and chips it to a runner. He's got his man targeted there, Taylor. He gives it off to Ham straight away. He kicks to Udoon. Brings it to ground. We're at the goal square.
Oh, good
he
tackle.
tackles fiercely there. It's hold them up here, Easton. They can't break away. Geelong with the steal and goal.
Gee, that's a great goal. Is that Fletcher Wilson again?
We'll just keep the eyes on that, but that ball was going nowhere until the big fella there picked it up, and that was Slingsog, and he kicks his second, slammed it on the boot, and made something out of nothing there. And Geelong are just running away with it at this stage. 8-3-51 to 1-1-7, and we are 10 minutes into this second quarter.
They've got an air of confidence about them now, the Falcons.
The tail's up, Matty.
Ball up in the middle. And the Falcons will try and move it forward. Good tackle there applied by Black. Gabe suggesting it was in the back.
And that's why there was no call. It was a 50-50.
That was a good tackle.
That's quite true, Matty.
Ball up, as the umpire calls it. As the handball comes out wide. Madigan kicks it wide. Gilby, though, picks it up on the half volley. Kicks high towards the centre wing. Sitting underneath it, though, is Harris.
Could have been 50.
He was dealt with after he marked it.
That's the first time we've seen Gilby today.
As Harris goes long in the Idoon direction, and he takes a good mark. 60 metres out from goal.
Open forward line, bad kick.
It was a bad kick. Horrible kick, in fact. Malice.
Gone.
Yep, and his teammate is pinged for holding the ball. Falcons will get a free kick. I think that's the big man Conway to take it. No. Morton.
About 20 odd centimetres less.
So Morton. Slight-ish angle. Just a bit better than a 45 degree. Comes in. Looking for Geelong's 9th goal of the match. It's come off the side of the boot. I reckon it's just got there.
I think it's a goal, yes. Now, where are you, Morton?
Ben Morton's kicked his first. And Geelong a 9-3-57. A 50-point lead on the NG scoreboard to the Falcons as we approach the 12-minute mark in the second term on the Technica time clock.
So now the Rangers have to stop the bleeding here. So midfielders have to play defensive side a little bit, because as soon as the Falcons are getting the ball out of the middle, they're just rushing, and there's no barrier there to stop this flow of football coming through the middle.
And they almost got it again there, but good pressure by Easton. And Slensong with the handball out the back. Browless, is it? Underneath it there, yep, he got it out. Eventually Easton with numbers get it forward. Zalak should be able to play on, this time to Bredden, the late inclusion. Gets it down towards corner forward. Packed over the back, but here's a chance for Easton. Little banana bender around the corner for an AFL Draft Central goal of the day. And a great little check side banana bender, whatever you call it. And a great goal. Who was it, Gabe?
I think, was it James Ross? I'm not sure. I can't see. You got the binoculars there, Rick.
Anyway, that's a much-needed goal, 2-1-13 to 9-3-57 at the 13-minute mark of the second quarter on the Technica time clock.
Badly needed goal for the Eastern Rangers. Need another one before half-time. There's the Falcons.
Might have been Kalkowski.
Handball it over the top. Here's Walsh again, brings it to the broadcast wing. Mark taken by Scott. Just pops it on the boot. Gilby sitting underneath it, takes a good grab. Half-back flank on the broadcast side for the Eastern Rangers. Chips it short. Mark taken here by Stapleton. He tracks backwards to Cardamone. Inside defensive 50 for the Eastern Rangers. And they're just chipping it short, just over the head of Conway. It proves to be lucky. Black sends the handball to Stapleton. They've worked their way out of trouble just here, the Eastern Rangers. Good kick into the middle, back into the hands of Stapleton. He dishes the handball off, a looping one over the top to Corliss. He sends it inside, attacking 50. Great movement from the Eastern Rangers.
Their best passage of the day, that.
Very much.
By a country mile.
Very much so, and no coincidence. They score a goal, get a little bit of confidence, and they're able to get another chance, another opportunity, and it's going to be Kalkowski, who I believe scored that goal before.
So Kalkowski comes in, right foot kick on its way. Beautiful drop punt. And a couple of badly needed goals for the Eastern Rangers has come at a good time. 9-3-57, the Falcons still lead. Rangers 3-1-19 on the NG scoreboard, approaching 15 minutes in the second term on the Technica time clock.
So it's good. Rangers get a couple of goals in a row, get a little bit of confidence. That first goal came about because in the middle, they all were defensive side and the Falcons weren't able to penetrate, turnover, and the Rangers were able to get the footy back into the into inside 50 and convert.
Up they go now. They bring it to ground. Slenslog gets it forward.
In the back.
In the back it goes. Well spotted. And a free kick to Geelong. Little stab pass out in front. That was beautiful work by Morton. He hits up his teammate. And they go forward to Walsh. And the mark has been taken. We're 50 metres out when he kicks. Mensch. Mensch will kick from 50 metres out. Went back straight away, so was confident. And he's going to kick. There's not a lot of wind, maybe a bit of slight right to left, if any. And he comes in on the left. And he kicks it terribly up towards a dune. He's got the sit. They bring it to ground. McCormick gets grabbed, paddles it along. They get assistance there, Easton. And we might get pinged here. They did there, Geelong.
No,
I thought Geelong had it under there.
No, Billy McCormack fumbled the ball and then went to ground and dragged the footy in. Now, I think that's a bit tough, but, I mean, to the letter of the law, it is a free kick.
So this is Finlay Parish. He'll have a shot from 20 metres out, almost directly in front. Shouldn't be no trouble from there. He comes in, and he gets a bit close to the man on the mark, but through the middle it goes. Geelong with the steadier. 10-3-63 to Eastern 3-1-19, and that is on the NG scoreboard. Technica time clock just about to tick over to 17 minutes, of this second quarter. And anything to add for Cowboys cash and carry, Gabe?
Just quickly around the grounds. Early in the second quarter, the Dragons lead 39-14, but that hurts a little bit. You get a couple of goals in a row and quickly bang, the Falcons go down and get one in reply. And
they'll get another clearance here, the Falcons. They went in the direction of Ham, just pushed it wide. Idun came out, flicked the handball across to his teammate, who sends it inside, attacking 50. And a great grab from the big man there, Conway.
It's a bit of polished footy by the Falcons today, and you know, they when they hit the targets, they look really, really good.
It's just that odd kick that they don't quite get right that lets them down on occasion.
Yep.
As Conway comes in, searching for his first. Right foot kick on its way.
Got it.
So a bit more damage to the scoreboard here for the Geelong Falcons. 11-3-69 plays 3-1-19 on the NG scoreboard. 18 minutes gone in the second term on the Technica time clock.
Yeah, just clearance, and then they were able to kick it in long. And when you got a big guy like that and he's on a lead and he's 5 metres clear, he's not going to drop that. We saw early in the first quarter, Ricky had sticky fingers and contributed, I think, was it the first or second goal of the game? So not a bad option to have when you've got a big forward like that, 202, and can move.
Most players go off when they kick a goal, but Conway goes in the middle of the ground, gets a tap out. Easton now should be able to clear through Clausen with the handover. They get it back inside. Now Geelong through Brownlow, gives it across. He's got his mate Parrish, who spotted out Slensog. Can't get that name out. He handballs into trouble. Walsh goes and helps him out. Slensog gets it out. A fumble there, but free kick, and that was because of the throw. And the tackler, we'll just pick him up in a minute. Straight into the man on the mark.
It was blank.
That was blank. It was blank, all right. Gets it down towards centre wing. Good spoil. Brownless with the handoff. Bit of a push in the back. Play on's a call underneath the commentary box, and there'll be a ball in.
They are struggling, the Rangers, but you can't question the effort. They're still trying their heart out, and the midfielders are trying to compete, but just
over the shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's a free kick to Conway. Just so big, hard to get around this man. And looking to go short, but he's decided to go long and low out in front. It helped his man. Looked like he stole that off the man in front there, Mensch. And Mensch was happy to take it. Dangerous kick.
50.
Don't know what he could have done there, Redden. But the 50-metre penalty was costly because he's going to be 10 metres out, Taylor, when he kicks this. Logan Taylor.
Now all you need is, all right, he's paid it, but that's the consistency mark now. So if we see something similar, they've got to continue to pay 50.
All right, so Taylor slams it through. So Geelong with another after Easton scored 2 in a row. Geelong have all the answers at the moment. It's 12-3, 75 to 3-1-19. That is on the NG scoreboard. Geelong lead. And we are 20 and a half minutes into this second quarter on the Technica time clock.
So we've had a couple of games with not many goals, but today we're getting a little bit of action on the scoreboard.
Getting a feast.
We're getting a feast, yeah. We've got 15 goals and not even half time yet.
6 goal term so far from the Geelong Falcons as well. Seven.
Yeah.
As the Falcons on half-back, Rayner got a handball across to his teammate who just popped it on the boot in a bit of hope. Out there is Madigan. And he got wrapped up. The umpire hovering should call for it, and he does. Defensive side of the outer wing for the Geelong Falcons. Just waiting for the ruckman to come in. Conway flicked it down. So straight into the hands of Burley. Popped it up towards the half-forward flank for the Eastern Rangers. Just running out of room up against the boundary line, and we'll throw it in. 50 metres around from goal on the outer side. Approaching the 22-minute mark of the second term. Rangers would love another one before the half-time break, just to try and give them a bit of confidence heading into the second half. The Falcons, though, with all the answers at the moment. On half-back, Ham. Dish the handball off, although fumbled. They'll get a high tackle. Free kick to go the way of Geelong. They want to take the advantage.
You can't do that.
That was Braden Ham trying to run off with it.
So he'll chip it short, Ham, to Walsh, who's just racking up possessions in the match. Flicks it around, looking for Parrish. Bounced awkwardly for him. Rangers with the numbers. Good tackle there applied by Rayner. Doesn't get rewarded. The umpire calls play on. Bit of a push and shove. Parrish. And also Rayner goes back in after it. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. Half forward flank broadcast side for the Falcons.
Should have been holding the ball there. Should have got rewarded, the tackler. Round the grounds, Murray Bushrangers 3 in a row. Dragons 39, Bushrangers 32.
Ball to be thrown in at half forward for Geelong, who've done a lot of the attacking. They tap it forward. Easton with the clearing handball, but found the boundary line. Underneath us here, almost at centre wing. Grandstand side of Avalon Airport Oval. Throw in. Falls a little short. Conway thumped it over the back. Handball went astray, and the kick was smothered out of bounds in a similar position. See what McCormack can do here to try and nullify the big Conway, who's having a big influence on this game.
Though McCormack, I think, has done an okay job this second quarter.
Yep. This time they go up. It drops short. Over the back it goes now. Mullis trying to get it out. Couldn't. And another tackle. Sees the ball on the ground.
McCormack's a competitive beast, so he's put a little bit more physical pressure on the Conway. So Conway hasn't had those clear possessions that he had in the first quarter.
Big throw up. Conway taps it down. Now he ends up on the ground, paddling it out. Geelong should get it out this time, and they do through Torpy. Goes wide. Oh, the mark was spilt. The clearing kick that time by Lockman gets it down towards half-back. Still haven't got out of that danger spot at the moment. Geelong getting numbers back, just holding up the Eastern Rangers as they work it under the scoreboard. Trying to get it out, but eventually we'll have a ball up.
If people want to see how good Sam Walsh was there, he basically used one arm to hold the player out, picked it up, and then with one hand kicked it out, trying to find a bloke. He's got some smarts.
75-19. Here they go again, Geelong. They work it. And that is the siren for half-time here at Avalon Airport Oval. And Geelong 12-3, 75 to Eastern Rangers 3-1-19. And it's pretty one-sided affair at the moment, Gabe, for Cowboys cash and carry.
It is. It was a 7-goal, 2 goals straight second quarter there. And quickly the goal kickers for the Geelong Falcons. We have 2 goals each to Wilson, Idoon and Schlen-Sog, and singles to Morton, Ham of the Braden variety, Logan Taylor, Brownless, Parrish and Conway, and the goal kickers for the Rangers, Kalkowski with 2 in that quarter and 1 to Joel Burley.
Complete dominant performance at the moment for the Geelong Falcons here in this round 4 TAC Cup clash. We'll take a break. It's half-time here at Avalon Airport Oval. 12-3-75 the Geelong Falcons, the Eastern Rangers 3-1-19.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Another year of TAC Cup football and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. Z Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Half-time at Avalon Airport Oval. It is the Geelong Falcons 2-3-75. The Eastern Rangers 3-1-19. A glorious day here at Avalon Airport Oval, and a fantastic facility. First time I've seen it, and I think it's the first time for you too, Rick. It's only been open a couple of weeks.
Magnificent surface, and also the grandstand and the boxes around where the coaches and the media are is just fantastic here. Great improvement, and it's, I suppose a bit like what they're doing with a few of the grounds. North Ballarat have done a similar thing. So it's a fantastic complex. Now they'll play a lot of footy here, I'd imagine, going forward, both VFL and TAC Cup footy.
Which is good, and it's always nice for us to have a nice broadcast box or vantage
point. Exactly.
Point.
We've got plenty of room. We can kick a footy around ourselves here at the moment.
Wouldn't mind being out there. It's a beautiful sunny day.
Magnificent, with the mighty Kangaroos warming up on the ground, the VFL side, of course. Quite a good number of AFL hopefuls there.
What are your thoughts from the first half, Rick? It was a half that was dominated in some respects for the Geelong Falcons. They maximised their opportunities, as we said a couple of times throughout both the first and second quarters, and slammed on the goals in that second term. And they just put the Eastern Rangers away, although they did have a little window there, the Rangers, where they tried to fight back.
I enjoyed the way the Rangers did get those couple of goals in a minute and just gave them a bit of confidence, but Geelong were quick to answer that and really took over in that last 10 minutes of the quarter. Now, Siobhan, you've got a few stats anyway on a couple of the players you've been watching.
I do. So Sam Walsh had 10 disposals in that quarter, 7 kicks and 3 handballs, and he's up to 24 to half-time. He's clearly a big reason that the midfield has been so dominant. His footy smarts and his competitiveness is really shining through in this game. Also, Oscar Brownless, 7 disposals in that quarter, 2 kicks and 5 handballs, up to 10 disposals at half-time. And you can really notice he's got really good body work in the midfield. His handballs are very effective, and he kicked a great goal, of course, in that quarter.
And have they lived up to your expectations prior to the game?
I think they have. There's still a half to go, but I think they have. They've been very, very good, and part of the reason why Geelong dominating the game.
24 touches to Walsh. That's an incredible feat for a half time. He's just been let off the leash, though. No one seems to be shutting him down from the Eastern Rangers. They're not working defensively on him at all. He just seems to be going on his own will. I
think the other thing about how good he is I remember one passage in the first quarter where he got the ball at half back, and within a minute he was up near the goal square. So he'd run 100 metres. So I think sometimes, when you've got a player that runs so well and prepared to do the running, it's pretty hard to tag him or follow him, so to speak. So that's probably something that you might keep an eye on as well, Siobhan, is he's running off the ball to make position, because that seems to be one of his strengths as well as his skills. So he seems to have it all, Sam Walsh, and can understand why he's been talked about as one of the high expected draftees this year.
Idoon's probably been another impressive performer for the Geelong Falcons in terms of creating a better presence in the forward line. The delivery towards him's not always great, but he is just providing something up forward, a target for the Geelong Falcons, and they've always got numbers around the ball every time it goes inside 50. Yeah,
he's probably been a bit unlucky. He's kicked a couple himself, Idoon, but the delivery hasn't been great when he's been on the lead. And missed him. So if they can get it out in front, he'll do the rest. So if they can straighten that up a bit, you could end up with a bag of 5 or 6 by the end of the game. I've been impressed with Oscar Brownless. So hard to imagine that he's Billy's son the way he plays. He's a totally different player. He's not your key forward, big marker. Moves well. Seems to get himself out of traffic in congested areas, and he's a very versatile player. I think he'd be the type of player you could swing around and play in any position. So he's 186 centimetres and 76 kg. So there may be still a bit of growing left in Oscar, but definitely a different type to his dad.
The other battle that we've been looking at throughout the game, the ruck duel primarily between Conway and McCormick. We mentioned McCormick didn't quite level it, but was putting up a good fight in that second term against Conway.
Yeah, he was battling away. I think Conway's had the better of the rucks all day, even with Corliss early, the big Corliss, but that's definitely an area they've got to nullify. If they can't win it, they've got to break even and try and allow their smalls to get in under Eastern and try and start the plays around that ruck contest. And Conway's not too often I give the big ruckman too many credits, but I think he's done the perfect ruck roll today and gone forward and marked as well, and taken a couple of sticky ones. So that's what you want from a big fella.
Seems a smart ruckman. I don't know whether there's a few of them around or not.
Hard to put those two words together, isn't it?
What about the Eastern Rangers? Who do we need to look at for them to step up in the second half? Obviously the scoreboard's pretty dire on that front, but they need to show a bit more aggression, I think. They don't seem to have any flow. They're constantly chipping the ball around. They need to take the game on. Who do they look to do that?
Well, I thought they got ragdolled a bit on that around that forward or half-back area there a couple of times. So they've got to get more aggressive. But I think it's got to come from Joel Burley. He's got to start the standard of play. Jonty Duffy's a real goer. He goes in very hard and tackles hard, so if he can get around the ball a bit much and set the example, it'll allow your classier players like Kalkowski to come in. He's already chipped in with a couple. he's been one of their better players, and I think they look to him a bit. And one we mentioned that's been quiet, Jared Gilby. Might have to keep an eye on what's happened there. He's been very quiet. And also Ben Carter-Money, one that racks up a lot of disposals on the back line. Playing in a bit of a different role today, but just hasn't been getting the ball as regularly as he normally would. So Stapleton's been pretty good. If he can keep his flow going and get the game, feed off those handballs. I'd like to see a bit more out of Kai Quirk. I think he's a very handy type cross halfback for the Rangers, so he's one that they can look at. Also, got to get more out of James Blank at halfback, the big tall halfback. He's got to get a bit more surer with his hands and a few more spoils, big thumps, and get things happening that way.
What about your thoughts for the second half, Siobhan? What do you think is going to happen based on some of the stats that you've been taking for Walsh and Brownless?
I feel like Eastern are lacking a bit of confidence, and you can definitely tell that in their ball movement. Geelong have obviously been converting every time they go into forward 50. They've been dominating in the midfield pretty much thanks to Sam Walsh. I think Geelong will keep dominating the game. Eastern just look very stagnant with their ball movement. Geelong have a bit of a flow and momentum, especially when they go inside forward 50.
And the one time they did take on the player and ran up and handballed over the top was that beautiful passage from half-back where they threw a few series of handballs through the middle. Eventually, the kick was straightened up towards full forward, and it was one of the best passages of the year. If they can do that a bit, back themselves, that's where they'll get their confidence. But at the moment, you're right, they just haven't done enough of that. If, just let them off the leash a bit, take a few risks rather than just, stop-start footy, then that's the only way they'll win the game.
Eastern kicked 2 goals down one end, and then just as quickly Geelong piled on another few. So you can just tell that they're not as confident in this game as they have been in previous rounds.
Geelong 12-3-75, the Eastern Rangers 3-1-19 at half time. We'll take a break and be back with the second half right after this.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football, and your number one AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Avalon Airport Oval. Just about ready to get the third term underway here in this round 4 TAC Cup clash between the Geelong Falcons and the Eastern Rangers, and it is the Falcons in firm control. 12-3-75, the Eastern Rangers 3-1-19. Gabe, your thoughts heading into the second half?
Well, I thought we might have a quick update around the grounds because unbelievably in the second quarter, and it's actually half time, the Murray Bushrangers kicked the last 7 goals of the quarter after Sandringham kicked the first goal in the first 30 seconds, and now the Bushrangers lead 56-39, and in those 7 goals, Garoni kicked 4 in a row. And bookended by, I think this is going to be one of your favourites, Rick, Bailey Fraunfelder. Yeah, so big turnaround there. I'm just wondering whether it's Wangaratta, Norm Mims Oval, whether there's a gale blowing down the one end or not, but a huge turnaround there. I think it was 7 goals to 1 in that second quarter. But here, look, I just want to see the Rangers. They showed a glimpse in that 5-minute period in that second quarter that if they play a little bit defensive side in the middle and choke it up a touch so that the Falcons don't get easy ball going forward, that they can compete down the other end. But we saw too many times, especially in that second quarter, where Conway got his hands on the ball. He's really good tap ruckman. When he's got his hands completely on the ball, they get first use, but they're getting first clean use. It's like easy handball or a quick short kick out wide. And then they got players, even the smaller players, are in good position, playing in front on the fat side of the ground, so that even if the kick doesn't hit the target, they're getting their hands on the footy. So the Falcons are just playing a little bit cleaner, a little bit smarter. Now, the Falcons are just about ready to play. The Rangers haven't... Oh, no, the Rangers are out there, but they've
only just come out.
Yeah, bit of a close huddle, the Rangers. We might see something different.
I thought, even though the Falcons are well in front, I thought the move of at least Billy McCormack in the ruck tried to nullify the influence of Conway, who was just all over the place in that first quarter. And I just noticed now Conway's going to start in the ruck. Is Billy McCormack going to move there, or is it Corliss that will start in the middle? So, look, if I was the Rangers, I'd have a quarter target here, and I'd say break even. That would be the aim. Try and finish the quarter still with that same margin, or even just try to win, but at least break even. Try and get something out of this game, and just be a bit more competitive.
Third quarter action. Take it away, Rick.
McCormack in the ruck again. And up goes Conway with the tap down. Cardamone grabs it. Little kick out of trouble. But it was swapped around by Taylor, who goes forward. But there's an intercept mark there. And Easton, I think that was blank, but he gets it down to underneath us here. Geelong with the intercept through Rayner. He gives it off. He's got his mate Taylor, who goes inboard. Oh, there's trouble here. Good tackling. Forced it out, but a hold. He held on too long, which was surprising. I don't think he realised the ball had dislodged. And Mensch with it will play on the left. Goes very wide. Adoon just needs a pass. So at the moment, they just can't get it to him. And out of bounds it goes. We're at the 50-metre mark on the arc. And we've got a ball in. Up they go. No clear tap out. McCormack taps it again. And Quirk gets it out. Handballs to the runner in black, who kicks it long towards half forward. Jaworski pushes his player under it. Goes and gets it. Gives it off to Bredden. Gives it back to Duffy. Duffy out the back door. And that's Zelek. He gets to the 50. Kicks towards goal. And that is an AFL Draft Central goal of the day contender. A great goal to Zelek. Great work by Duffy. In traffic. Got the handball out. And Zelek didn't let him down on the 50. Beautiful goal. And Eastern with the first of the second half, 4-1-25 to Geelong, 12-3-75. That is on the NG scoreboard. We're 1.5 minutes in to this third quarter on the Technica time clock.
And that's what we want to see from the Rangers. A bit more competition, be clean. That was good footy there, and a great goal, great finish. John T. Duffy, great work in traffic.
Good start to the second half for the Eastern Rangers. And they might get another clearance here. Black, his handball, bit of skew there to Kalkovsky. Now the Falcons try to get it to Walsh. He was stripped of the ball. Ends up back in the hands of Black. Oh, gave the don't argue and then chips the ball short on the half volley. Unable to take it there. Rayner, ball over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in just underneath our broadcast position here at Avalon Airport Oval in Werribee.
Great new little stand here, isn't it? Great view for from the media box.
Very, very comfortable. Ball thrown in. Conway, the tap. Black stabs it. Almost marked, not completed, but good follow-up by Ross. Still in the Rangers' possession. Quirk sends it inside, attacking 50. Bouncing ball. Great tackle applied by the Rangers to lock it inside it, attacking 50. Ball spills free momentarily, and then Geelong wrap it up once again.
Positive signs here for the Rangers. Trying to keep that footy in, trying to move it with some purpose.
Certainly lifted their intensity in the first 3 minutes of this third term. They chip a kick out of the contest.
Good hands.
Mellis, I think that was, got a handball across. Here's Black. He kicked it around his body, but it just goes through for a minor score. And he's been impressive in the opening couple of minutes of this term. Black.
Chase Black, his name is. Chayce. Unusual spelling. So Geelong have it from full-back and will play on and go long towards half-back. Conway brings it to ground, gets off the handball to the runner in Torpy, gets it down towards centre wing, out in front but too far. On the full it is. They'll play on straight away, Eastern. Oh, good work, Duffy. Aggressive attack on the ball, goes on the left, kicks towards Bredden, who takes the mark, runs inside 50, kicks to the goal square, but the Geelong player there read it better than Cartledge takes the mark in the last line of defence. Oh, Walsh took it, landed heavily. He might have winded himself there, Sammy Walsh, but did well to take the mark, and now he runs off at half-back, kicks it wide. Beautiful mark out in front, but Scott missed it. Just jumped a bit early there, Scott, and lost control of the fingers. Out of bounds it goes.
Boundary throw in underneath the NG scoreboard that reads 12-3-75, the Falcons. Rangers 4-2-26. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the third term on the Technica time clock. Falcons kick it down along the boundary line. Mark taken by Ham. He brings the ball inboard looking for Rayner. Was flat-footed but had a bit of space. Does a bit of a dance and then brings the ball towards the broadcast side. Madigan has it all to do. Flicks the handball over the top. Under a bit of pressure there was Clark. Series of handballs. Madigan, he's all wrapped up. Lost the ball. The umpire calls play on Morton. They get it out of the contest. Falcons. Walsh just whacked it on the boot. Searching for the boundary line. It rolls over and out of play.
Just quickly, I thought it was Chase Black is son of Heath Black.
Heath Black, fair enough. Siobhan can't keep up with Sam Walsh's stats at the moment. She's lost her fingers, run out of fingers.
And ink.
Run out of ink.
Ball thrown in at the 50. McCormack with the tap out. Walsh will get it again. He's an amazing game, this. Walsh kicks to the pocket. He gets the legs on it, but Torpy will grab it. He lost it on the run. Out it comes again. And that is Slensog. He goes to a little pass. It went 14 metres.
Wilson.
But the mark's been paid. Fletcher Wilson. He's had a good game. Been a target for him.
I think he probably likes this end of the ground a bit better than the other side, but
he's been everywhere at this end of the ground.
I've been impressed with Schlensog. I think he's not bad for a tall. He actually works quite well on the ground.
So we've got Fletcher Wilson, 35 out, not much of an angle, kicks pretty well left, that is, and followed through all right. That's why I thought he was right, but veered left, through for behind. 76 to 26.
James
big margin.
Hamstring maybe.
Keep an eye on it, Gabe. Gilby should take this. Oh, great spoil. They brought it to ground.
Gone.
And there's Slensog underneath it, trying to work it clear. Torpy will get this. He'll run around on the left, chipped it towards Walsh. Walsh almost falconed it,
yeah,
but he'll have a shot and kicks towards goal and puts it through.
Look, there's a case in point there. He probably could have got the free kick for front-on contact, but just the instinct. He knew where the ball went once he hit the ground and, left them in their wake, and a nice snap there from about 25 out. Don't
tell me he's going to cause havoc on the forward line now. That'd be a nightmare for Eastern Rangers at the moment, the way Sam Walsh is playing.
Feels like there's about 5 of him out there.
And they're double teaming him. Are they? No.
Looks like
just a change.
Yeah, Kalkowski's changing.
Yeah.
Ball up back in the middle. Oh, Conway just fists it forward. It went straight down the throat of Taylor. Rangers now have an opportunity. Black goes long with the kick towards half forward. Came off hands. Here's Mellis. Kicks it around his body. No one home. Awkward bounce. Cartledge has a bit of work to do, but composed enough to clear it from the last line of defence. Racing towards the boundary line. Brownless lost his footing. Rangers now with another opportunity. They send the handball over the top to Stapleton. Oh. Runs into a bit of trouble. Up to Edwards. Flicks the handball back to Stapleton. He goes short.
That's better.
And hits up a target just inside attacking 50 on the outer side. They go further afield, close to the boundary line, where Quirk takes the mark.
And there's probably the difference between the two sides. Falcons, most of their shots at goal are relatively straight in front. Rangers are going to have a shot here, right on the boundary line.
Right up against the fence. Quirk comes in, going to take a good kick.
Oh, wow.
Going to take a good kick. That's an AFL Draft Central Goal of the Day contender from Quirk.
I think that's the leader.
That is the leader. That was 40 out, right on the fence. And just kicked the normal drop punt.
Nothing flashy about it. Great kick there from Quirk. And the Eastern Rangers moved to 5-2, 32. Geelong 13-4, 82 on the NG scoreboard. We've gone 9 minutes in to the third term on the Technica time clock.
So they're doing quite well, the Rangers. They're using the football a lot better this third quarter than what they did in the first half. And it's seen a couple of goals in this quarter in the first 10 minutes.
And the umpire will ball it up.
Interestingly, we haven't seen much of Cardamone. He's here on the bench again. Maybe not 100% right today.
They bring it to ground. Corliss with the handoff. There's Torpy, who's been busy. Gives it to Walsh. Gets grabbed by 2.
Gone that time.
Good play by Easton. Gang tackling. That was really well done.
Jesus,
they landed on top of him, but
stiff
there.
Should have been holding the ball. He had opportunity.
Good work by Kalkowski, who's running with him at the moment. Tap down, trying to work it out of there. Now they'll get it through. Clausen gives it off. He's got a runner, and Norris gets it down. Can't quite get away with it. Gilby should mop up, and he can't break away. He does well. He was held, and that was a good spot, and takes the free kick at half-back. He goes towards centre wing. Oh, they played on straight away there, Clausen, but Geelong get the numbers there. Up they go towards full forward. Great spoil over the back that time. That was good work by Drake. Gets it to ground, and Gilby will get it down towards half forward, but intercept there, and here's trouble. It earns up in the forward pocket with the mark, brings it to ground, a snap around the corner by Ham, and wow, that was Braden Ham on the left, put it through for an AFL Draft Central Goal of the Day contender. And that was an absolute ripper by Braden.
Yes, it was. He just sliced his way through perfectly there, Rick, and got himself a nice left foot snap.
And got his second serve.
Yes.
Do we give that a Cowboys cash and carry special comment, or just turn his mic off?
That's a bit of both.
14-4-88, Geelong Falcons, Eastern Rangers 5-2-32 on the NG scoreboard. Good fist there by Corliss. Falcons, though, with the numbers around the ball, just can't get clean possession. They do now off half back.
O'Connor.
High kick, intercepted. Norris sends it back towards the half forward flank on the outer side. Straight down the throat, though, of Hollenkamp. Chips it short. Mark taken by Handley. Inside defensive 50. Was looking to come to the broadcast side, now does. Long kick.
Dangerous with good mark.
Did you say that was O'Connor?
No, that's Ross now.
Ross.
That's taken that mark.
Ross.
He'll have to go down the line here.
Looking for options. It's fairly congested in front of him. Oh, big. No, he's paid the push in the back. Free kick the way of Taylor. Still a good grab by O'Doon. Coming from a couple deep.
O'Doon's a big boy, isn't he?
Massive.
He's in a bit of trouble here. The handball comes the way of Walsh. He chips it, not the greatest of kicks, probably his first blemish of the day. Rangers with some numbers around the ball now. Here's Black. Goes over the top. The mark taken on half forward by the Rangers. Look for options inside attacking 50. High ball to the top of the goal square. Pack flies, they can't take clean possession of it. Here's Duffy. Up against the boundary line. Great kick. Hits up Clausen.
Like Duffy's game.
I was going to say, if he could get a little bit more of the footy, I think the Rangers would be a much better tip, because every time he gets it, something happens.
That was a great option there. Could have fired away a goal, but
good vision.
Elected to go inboard.
Riley Clausen with the shot on goal. And maybe umpire do a little bit of work, but it goes through. So Eastern Rangers move to 6-2-38. They trail the Geelong Falcons 14-4-88 on the NG scoreboard, approaching the 14-minute mark of the third term on the Technica time clock.
So this is the third time we've seen the Rangers this year, and this has been their best quarter of footy by far. They've been a lot more competitive.
They're hitting the scoreboard, aren't they?
They're getting some reward for effort, I think, as well too, Rick. But it's a lot cleaner, and when your better players are getting more of the footy, you tend to see this reward come out.
Corliss with the ruck tap out, but Walsh gets it off the side of his boot deliberately there. But great attack by Malice. Malice gets it over. He's got a runner that time in Edwards. Edwards goes wide. Jaworski, can he keep it in? No. Out of bounds. We're at half forward or forward pocket end. That is the Geelong end of the ground. And Eastern attacking. Throw in. We've got Slensog to go up against Corliss. Over the back, Quirk gets it. Hands it off. Here's Cardamone on the left. Snaps it goal and puts it through. Great hands there, Gabe.
It was. Now, who was the handballer there? But I think Corliss started with the ruck tap out, and then it wasn't Quirk, was it, that handed over to Cardamone?
Might have been.
It might have been Quirk to Cardamone, but and a great left foot snap. He didn't rush. He took his time, made sure, put it on the boot right, and that's 4 goals this quarter to Eastern. Fantastic.
We did say that huddle, they looked fair income at the huddle prior to this third quarter, so more a mindset than anything, isn't it?
And Malice has been good this quarter. He's got his hands on the footy a little bit more. maybe that head knock early just...
Fired him up.
Well, it might have taken him a bit of time to get back into the game. You know, sometimes when you get a bit of a head knock, you're a bit jaded when you're going towards the ball. You're just protecting yourself a touch.
Ball back in the middle. Falcons win the tap once more, although going to ground then was Taylor. Opens an opportunity for the Rangers to kick it forward through Norris. On the half-forward flank.
Duffy again.
Chasing after it, harassing, keeps the ball in front of himself. Falcons though in numbers. On the half-back flank, out of side, the kick inboard.
Almost.
Not great. McCormick was able to hold it up momentarily. And now they'll take the intercept mark, the Eastern Rangers.
Here's
Mellis. Wheels around on the right boot towards centre half forward. Flying there was Cartledge, couldn't bring it in for the Falcons.
Should have been dropping the ball.
Ball spills free, tackle too high applied there from Quirk. And the free kick will go the way of Taylor. Centre half back for the Geelong Falcons. Kicks it towards this broadcast side. Idoon got punched out of his hands. Walsh chips it around, looking for Parrish. Flicks the handball inboard. Another one over the top. Back to Walsh. Tried to give the don't argue. Had to handball in front of himself. Ball over the boundary line and out of play. Throw it in just inside attacking 50. A bit more push and shove on that half-forward flank.
Good contest at the moment. Rangers on top, if anything.
Been a good quarter of footy, probably certainly for the Rangers, their best. As we've said a couple of times, Cardamone going to handball out of the contest. Ball was intercepted. It's flicked out wide. Rayner under pressure, lost control of it.
Good work.
Rangers running in numbers. They flick the handball looking for Edwards. He lost control of it. Now an opportunity for Witchgard. He puts it up in the Duffy direction, has to trap the ball in. Mellis arrives to support. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up.
Showed some good core strength there, Duffy. Didn't go to ground, just tried to sort of work his player around.
Little players have that low centre of gravity, was, you know.
Yeah, stumpy.
Yes.
Anyway, they get it out again, Easton. They're trying hard here to get that scoreboard happening. A lot of players around it at half forward.
They're running in numbers. We saw there along the wing, quick little handballs. So they're running in 2s and 3s, getting that play opened up. A lot better than the stop-start play. We've got
Bloodrill.
Stapleton.
Now, just while we've got that, we did mention, just so you're not embarrassing yourself with the twin scenario again, Dave.
Yes.
Sheldon Ham was born on the Australia Day, 2001.
Yep.
And we've got Braden Ham, who was born on Anzac Day, 2099. No, sorry, 1000.
Oh, dear Rick.
Who cares? 1999. They're 2 years apart anyway.
Oh, he was
so they can't be twins, Dave.
No, they can't be. Great tackle. Matty's in a bit of trouble here, and
I was always going to stuff that up, wasn't I?
We have a boundary throw in. Falcons side of centre wing. As we let Matty have a little break and he can compose himself. In the ruck, we've got Billy McCormick against Sam Conway. Conway gets the tap down, collects the footy, tries to spin out but fumbles, and I think we're going to have another ball up. Throw up. McCormack collects the footy, fumbles. Cardamone tackled, looked a little high, and he's going to get pinged. That's a bit tough there on Cardamone. Tried to make the play. And now he's going to be ping for 50.
He put the ball down, did he?
He did put the ball down, but it shouldn't have been a free kick in the first place. So sometimes the umpires just got to use a little bit more common sense. But what do we know about common sense? It's not very common.
So this is Taylor, Logan Taylor. He's going to kick from 35 out.
He will.
Comes through, kicks right, and it's
justice, some might say.
So the scoreboard 89-44. Geelong still with a comfortable lead, but Eastern picked their game up a bit this quarter. Bredden gets in trouble, gives it to Gilby, who's hot potato. Out it comes. They can't break away just yet. Good defending by Geelong. Cardamone goes in to help. Right on the boundary. Eventually it had to go out. Out of bounds it goes. So the throw-in around that 50 mark. Been a few around that mark today. Grandstand side of Avalon Oval. Airport Oval. Ball in dispute. Another ball up. But had a lot of them today.
It's been a little bit congested around the footy. A lot of the on-ballers running. They run very hard to get into every contest.
Eventually it comes out the back. Quirk will get a kick in just in time. And that ball wasn't intercepted, but Geelong with the numbers get it back through O'Connor. He goes wide to Harris. Harris, intercept here, over the back, Ross, gives it to Mellis, streams towards goal.
That would have been a big goal. They've got all the play at the moment of the Rangers, and another goal, but just to the right.
Would have been handy too.
Close to three-quarter time, Matty.
7-3-45, plays 14-5-89. They've got a Geelong player, looks like a bit of cramp in the defensive goal square. Mellis whacks the ball over the boundary line and out of play. Good
zone set up there by the Rangers. The Falcons are now struggling to get the ball past the half-back line on many occasions in this third quarter.
So ball knocked down by the Rangers. Looping handball to Kalkowski. Runs around the traffic, got it to Cardamone. Sold a bit of candy, then his kick was smothered. Half-forward flank on the outer side for the Eastern Rangers. Cardamone applies the tackle. Falcons under a bit of pressure.
Out on a full.
Yes.
Rangers kick.
And it'll be taken here by Quirk. Roosting the ball, long ball, it's offline. And another minor score.
Quirk's been a very good player in this third quarter. One of the reasons why they've got themselves back in the game.
Definitely one of the contributors to get him back in. Spot on there, Gabe. So the kick out will go short. Oh, dangerous. Oh, there's a fumble here. Eventually it goes back to Harris, who kicks long this time, to the two ruckmen. Well done, Corliss. Works his man under it.
Quirk again.
They try and work it out of there through Corliss again. Geelong with the clear. I think that was Walsh over there. Gets it down to Woodoon. Got a bad bounce, a bit of a leg break. Finds Gilby to Kalkowski. Here they come through the middle. Up it goes Jaworski. He's 50 out. He'll take a good kick. Now he got under the last kick that he had. Set shot. So let's hope he kicks through it a bit better this time. Jaworski. Jordan Jaworski.
Long run up.
Has a long run up. So distance is probably the thing. Comes in, kicks from 49, gets onto it, but it's way right.
Oh no, it's a mark. No, touched, fumbled.
Through for behind, but I think distance is a worry for Jordan if he can work on kicking through the ball a bit better, because it's affecting his accuracy. Anyway, Geelong get it out in numbers. They've got the runner in Sam Walsh at centre wing. Takes a bounce. Cardamone chases hard. He kicks it towards half forward. Spoilt there by Blank. They get it to ground. That is three-quarter time here at Avalon Airport Oval. And now the score reads 14-5, 89 Geelong to Eastern 7-5, 47. And better quarter to Eastern there, Gabe.
Yes, it was a 4-goal 4 to 2-goal 2 quarter. We asked for a winning quarter, or at least a break even, and we got that and some more. They actually were very dominant in that quarter, where the Rangers, and quickly the goal kickers at three-quarter time. We have 2 goals each to Wilson, Idoon and Shen Shlong. and singles to Morton, Walsh, Taylor, Brownless, Parrish and Conway. And for the Eastern Rangers, we have 2 goals to Kalkowski and singles to Clausen, Burley, Cardamone, Quirk and Zalach.
Score at three-quarter time, 14-5, 89, the Geelong Falcons. The Eastern Rangers, 7-5, 47. We'll be back right after this with the final term here on TAC Cup Radio.
Technica is an Australian company that's been importing Italian-made and European-designed cooking appliances and white goods for almost 20 years. Technica appliances are a fusion of cutting-edge technology and contemporary design, providing a high level of style and sophistication to any kitchen. This is why so many leading architects, developers, interior designers and builders use Technica appliances, because like their customers, they want the very latest in innovation and quality. Technica, proud sponsor of the Northern Knights and TAC Cup Radio. Cowboys Cash and Carry has moved. They can now be found at 694 High Street, Epping, in the hub in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. And to celebrate the move, they have 50,000 pairs of men's and ladies' denim. A huge range of styles, including Kenji, Maya, Maddox, that normally retail for $100, Cowboys price between $10 and $15. That's right, between $10 and $15. Open 7 days a week. Get along to Cowboys Cash and Carry in the Homemaker Centre opposite Epping Plaza. Executive Maintenance has grown to be a preferred facility maintenance provider by maintaining excellence for over 25 years. A registered domestic and commercial building practitioner, Executive Maintenance provides facility maintenance for government, corporate, property and retail sectors. Whether it's a handyman for your corporate space or a fully qualified crew to manage your project, Executive Maintenance has the knowledge and expertise to provide a personal yet professional service. If you need assistance with your building maintenance needs, email admin@executivemaintenance.com.au. Executive Maintenance, a proud sponsor of TAC Cup Radio. Another year of TAC Cup football and your #1 AFL draft site is back and bigger than ever. AdZ Media, powering AFL Draft Central, continues to revolutionise the way AFL draft content is reported. In 2018, the team has increased to more than 40 writers who will provide powerful and cutting-edge stories nationwide. With draft news, features and women's football coverage, AFL Draft Central is your one-stop shop for AFL draft content. Head to afldraftcentral.com.au or stay up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Check out at AFL Draft Central. Essendon captain Heppel settles, and he's done it! He's slotted through the match-winning goal. Roughhead flies high across the pack and takes a classic mark. Pendlebury's leading from the front, clocking up the possessions today, and young gun pup Cal Porter is looking good in his debut match. Gippsland Power generates footy legends, and NG is the power behind Gippsland Power. NG Hazelwood are proud to be helping tomorrow's future stars as major sponsor of Gippsland Power. Gippsland Power, the backyard playground of tomorrow's future stars. Go Power! Nixon Finance has been running in the Plenty Valley area of Greensborough for over 20 years. As your financial consultants and brokers, they specialise in all your equipment and vehicle finance needs. Home loans, business loans, commercial property loans. They deal with all the banks and get the right loan that suits your needs. Call Phil Smith during business hours on 9435 2600 or email nixonfinance@bigpond.com.
On taccup.com.au, this is TAC Cup Radio.
Welcome back to Avalon Airport Oval, where it is the Geelong Falcons 14-5, 89, the Eastern Rangers 7-5, 47. Siobhan, what's happening with our main men this afternoon?
So Sam Walsh has had 10 disposals in that quarter. He's up to 34 at three-quarter time. He had 2 handballs and 8 kicks in that quarter and kicked a great goal. And Oscar Brownless had 5 disposals in that quarter, 4 handballs and 1 kick, and he's up to 15 to three-quarter time.
And just a change of jumpers again with the blood rule. We've got Lockie Stapleton wearing number 60 now for Eastern.
Just quickly, I've got some breaking news. So Cal Toomey, a great friend of TSC Cup Radio, has tweeted that Max King was stretched off the ground with a knee injury playing school footy. He was pushed into the behind post and he was in a lot of pain. So we've really got our fingers crossed that it wasn't an ACL injury, and hopefully we'll find out sooner rather than later what's going on there.
Yes, that'll be a watch over the next couple of days to see what comes of that. Max King having a good year so far, isn't he?
Very good player.
Looking a real likely type, and his brother as well, Ben, I think it was.
And Ben's kicked a lazy 7 in the game.
So just a handy replacement there for Max.
Exactly.
So we've got both teams still in their huddle. Really like the work rate that quarter of Easton's to come back. They looked like they meant business there in the huddle prior to that third quarter, and they're hanging on to every word the coach is saying at the moment. So a bit more instruction going on at the moment to just get their setups right and get their aggression to the ball right. They definitely improved in that area, and what we spoke about at half-time too, Siobhan, was they're willing to run and carry and take on the opposition and take a few risks. They did that a bit in that quarter.
Certainly, the game is definitely opening up. I wrote them off at half-time, but they produced probably one of their best quarters of footy all year, Easton.
No doubt, and they've reduced it to a 7-goal margin, which, on your day you can win a game of football like that, and it wasn't looking anywhere near that at half-time. It was looking like it was going to be, a 100-point thrashing at some stage.
Their ball movement was much more fluent in that quarter, not as stagnant, and that was part of the reason why there were plenty of goals kicked as well.
And they were happy to take risks too. They didn't go into their shell. There was none of that chip kicking around that we saw in that first half. It was very direct, with a lot of purpose, and intensity in that third quarter. And they're in a tight huddle once again, the Eastern Rangers, so hopefully they can finish the game off strongly. Do we give them any sort of a chance?
Well, it'd need to be an 8 or 9 goal quarter, and we haven't seen that from them this year, so you'd think Geelong will respond well in this quarter and try and finish it off. But let's hope, Eastern make a game of it.
With Sam Walsh on their team, I'm pretty sure that Geelong may come away with the win, especially now that he's up to 34.
And just a contender for the Nixon Finance Player of the Day. I don't think we've ever given it a 3/4 time, but we just about might be doing that. That's for sure. Sam Walsh has just been everywhere today, and he's back in the middle now. And the ruckman will be McCormack and Conway again. So we'll see what Billy McCormack's got to say in this quarter.
Again, Eastern Rangers, next target, break even or win the quarter again. They've just got to take it quarter by quarter. At the moment, they should have got a lot of confidence out of that third quarter. Let's see how they respond.
Umpire throws it up for the final quarter. Conway with the first use of it. Gets it down, Eastern, trying to break clear. They couldn't quite do it. And Quirk comes back with the ball to the umpire. Up they go again. Conway with the tap out. Another one from Quirk. Gets it out. Kalkowski gets grabbed with it. Couldn't get away from him. And underneath us here, just on the edge of the square, Kalkowski gets up with the ball, and the umpire will ball it up again.
Murray Bushrangers 92, Dragons 46. They kicked 13 goals in a row. Jeez. Did the Bushrangers.
Amazing stats. Over the back it comes, this time to Scott. Geelong getting inside 50, or a bit of a tackle there to Parrish. The umpire said it was okay, and we'll have a ball up. 45 out from the Geelong goal.
And Gippsland Power 128, Northern Knights 2-1-13.
Ham gets it on the left and curls it back too far, Braden Ham. Through for a behind, and now Geelong 14-6-90 lead Eastern 7-5-47, and we've just gone to 1 minute in the last quarter on the Technica time clock, our good friends at Technica. And in the back pocket, Drake has it, and he'll kick long to a contest. McCormack, Conway, McCormack used his body well. I liked it.
Yep, okay.
He took the mark and kicks to a lead out in front of Jaworski, works his player under it. He'll try and tap it forward. He gets it, does well. Swings around on the right, gives off the handball. They've still found trouble, but they've got out of it. and gives it back to Jaworski. He streams towards goal, a bit of a floater, goes all the way, and a great goal, an AFL Draft Central goal of the day. And Jaworski, just great work rate, puts it through, bit of a wobbler, but the finished product was excellent. And now Eastern are up to 8 goals, 5-53 to Geelong, 14-6-90 on the NG scoreboard. 2 minutes in on the Technica time clock, and special comments for Cowboys, Gabe.
Yeah, Jaworski shows a little bit, I think, as a 40. His kicking penetration's probably an issue, something for him to work on throughout the whole year, but he gets his hands on the footy, gets in good position, and for his size, he's not bad overhead.
Ball back in the middle. Conway won the tap down, but it will be McCormick that sends a clearing kick inside, attacking 50 for the Eastern Rangers. It went straight to the deck. Here's Walsh. He's wrapped up. Umpire hovering, says give it to me. I will ball it up.
I think the big difference has been McCormack in the ruck. He's just a competitive beast. He doesn't have the height or the size to go with Conway, but he just competes.
Constantly there. As they try and get it off half back. Ham going to get rid of it. Here's Burley. High kick towards the half forward flank. Bit of a shove. Cartledge under pressure, got the handball away in time. Then a quick kick away from Handley. High ball in the Wilson direction. Goes over the boundary line and out of play.
Matty, you had a perfect opportunity. Ham was wrapped up.
Here's the meat in the sandwich.
Don't make me go into another coughing fit. Ball thrown back into play. Conway goes down the ground. Eastern Rangers will get a clearance just in time. Quick kick away there came from Norris. Ball at centre half forward here for the Falcons. Here's Torpy. He goes inside, attacking 50 just with the kick.
Just that kick was just off by about a metre, and it's made a huge difference.
And Schlensog has it. 45-degree angle. He'll have to kick it outside of the 50-metre arc. He's looking fairly confident. And he comes. Kicks it from the paint.
Gee, not a bad effort.
Pretty good effort.
Great goal.
He's third. And the Falcons move to 15-6-96. The Eastern Rangers 8-5-53 on the NG scoreboard, approaching the 5-minute mark of the final term on the Technica time clock.
Yeah, good. It was a turnover, but it just missed the target, the Rangers, and I'm not sure who was running through. It just went under their legs, and the Falcons just had some space then once they collected the footy, and they were able to convert and score the goal. So, and a quick reply there for the Falcons.
Ball back underway. The Rangers will get the clearance. Burley, his kick risky towards the centre wing. Brownless is taken down by Cardamone. The advantage taken for holding the ball. Handball over the top. Burley taken into the ground by Walsh. The umpire calls play on. Here's Duffy. Keeps the ball in front of himself. There's a hold and a free kick will go the way of the Eastern Rangers.
I like Duffy. I think he's a bit of a goer.
Duffy kicks it. Inside attacking 50. Awkward bouncing ball. Falcons with the numbers.
Dragged it in. Tackle him. No.
They get it out. Or there's a whistle.
Oh dear.
So the Rangers will get a shot on goal. And it looks like it is Switchard to take the kick. Slight angle. About 30 metres out from goal. Witchard. Jaden Witchard comes in. Stabbed at it.
Geez.
And it hooked left. Minor score.
They don't come much easier than that.
8-6-54 plays 15-6-96 on the NG scoreboard.
Now the kick out from fullback, just weighing up the options here. They'll play on and kick to a contest. Just getting a finger on it was Burley. Good tackling, gang tackling by Eastern. Held up, and we'll have a ball up, 55 out from the Eastern Rangers goal. Ball up. McCormack getting it down. Well done. Now Burley on the left gets the kick smothered. Outside it goes to Clausen. Handball over the top. They can't break away again. Falcons defence strong. Series of handballs. Gets it out into the open, but the ball will be won again by Black. Black does well to win that possession. Gives it to Billy. McCormack on the right. Just gets the kick in time. Zalak grabs it. Handball's out in front. Can't quite break away with it. Geelong with numbers. Should be able to clear. And Parrish along the line. Taylor takes it. He'll go back and have a long kick along the line. He does. Kicks it up and under. I could nearly take it from here, Gabe. Oh! A Doon! And that is a definite contender, or the leading contender now for the executive maintenance mark of the day. A Doon at the 8-minute mark of the last quarter, has taken the mark for executive maintenance. Big grab, a little one-handed kick there by Bredden, gets it forward for Easton. Half forward it is. They went without it, now Ross gets it, but the tackle,
that's a bit,
his opposite number.
That was a bit tough.
Lockie Smith got tackled without it. And Smith will take it at halfback for Geelong. Spears it very low. Here's an intercept. Quirk should be able to dink it over. And at half forward there, we've got Mellis.
Go long.
Mellis to Quirk. They punch it. Hollenkamp does well. Oh, tackles high. And Taylor will take it.
So Taylor with the ball, back pocket out of side for the Falcons. Goes short, risky. Mellis came across and sees the ball over the boundary line and out of play.
Maybe fatigue's coming in a little bit here, and some of the disposals a little bit sloppy and a little bit off.
So boundary throw in. Still inside attacking 50 for the Eastern Rangers. It was Corliss that won the tap down. Cardamone
well
slaps it to the advantage there of Edwards. High ball, top of the goal square, came off hands. Rangers,
Jonty
with numbers around the ball. They just whack it on the boot in hope, and it goes out on the full. And disappears.
That was Stapleton, 60.
I think you might want to get the spare footy, because that might not come back for a little while.
No, it's disappeared up over the embankment.
We've got a gentleman running after it. Let's see what hoof he's got. It's not even going to try and kick it.
Probably a smart decision in the end.
Yes.
That was his only possession for the day, that guy, and he threw it away.
Yeah. From New South Wales, Rick.
The chip kick hits up Taylor for the Falcons. Back pocket, out of side. Goes down along the boundary line. The Idoon direction, got punched out of his hands and back across the boundary line and out of play.
I've been happy with Drake's game on Idoon. Idoon's had some nice little things that he's done throughout the game, but overall I think Drake's been pretty good on him, and he's actually been a rebounder off the half-back line a fair bit too. So I think at this stage I'd give the contest to Drake.
Boundary throw in. Special comments there for Cowboys. Cash and carry from Gabe. Will toss back into play. Corliss can't get rid of it. Cardamone over the top. Walsh also in the pack for the Falcons. Will get a ball up. Attacking side of the wing for the Eastern Rangers. They're 8-6-54. The Geelong Falcons 15-6-96. The NG scoreboard, 11 minutes gone in the final term on the Technica time clock. Duffy release the handball. Mellis tracks it backwards. Now they kick it inside, attacking 50, the Rangers. High kick, good mark. Sitting underneath it there was Hollenkamp. Calls for players to come at him. Walsh takes the mark on the half-back flank. Chips it over the top. Here's Torpy, and he wants to go for a run. One bounce. Centre wing out of side. Kicks up to Idoon. Attacking side of the outer wing. Torpy keeps running past. And he's going to get it here, Torpy. Takes the mark just.
Good running.
This time he stops some props. Goes inside attacking 50 with the kick. Just through the fingers. Here's Edwards mopping up. And then he's seen over the boundary line and out of play.
3/4 time. Bushrangers 93. Dragons kicked the last 3 of that quarter. 58.
Boundary throw in forward pocket. On the outer side now for the Falcons. Wadoon doing the ruck work that time around. Won the tap down. There was a quick kick out of the contest. I didn't see who that came from. But it was only a minor score. 15-7-97 plays 8-6-54 on the NG scoreboard. Travelled 12.5 minutes in to the final term on the Technica time clock. Rangers with a bit of movement down this wing. Here's Stapleton. Tips it short. Mark here taken by Edwards. Still on half back. They want to switch play to the outer side. Cardamone sitting underneath it.
Free kick.
Wants to move it quickly. Goes towards the outer side. They've got a bit of run here at the moment, the Rangers. Long kick inside, attacking 50. Searching for Ross. Was under a bit of pressure.
Oh, good goal.
Great goal from Witchard.
Makes up for his last one.
Definitely.
He's first for the day. And the Rangers move to 9-6-60. Geelong 15-7-97 on the NG scoreboard.
Again, it's been a great second half here by the Rangers. They've really harassed and ran and put some pressure on the scoreboard, and probably in the end now you'd say if they were a little closer at half time, you'd never know.
Well, it was 75-19 at half time, so we got it down to a 37-point margin. So game's not over, but good to see made a game of it, Eastern, after a pretty ordinary start to the year so far. Ball paddled forward. Eastern trying to flick it out and try and create something with a good tackle. Been a couple of hard tackles into the turf today.
Yes.
Players have got to watch himself a bit.
Well, we saw that niggle right before the bounce. There was a niggle, so there's a little bit of feeling between these two sides.
Tap down. Now it's flicked out the back. Geelong get the numbers out. And on the left was Clark, goes forward to the 50, right on the 50. Oh, great work. Gilby attacked it ferociously. Got caught, pinged out the back. Geelong with Uden. Here's a go. On goal. Parrish misses.
Should have done better.
Like Uden today, he's just been a real focal point, been the go-to man up forward for the Falcons. And now they'll give it off to Lockman.
We've got 2 footies on the field.
Lockman will kick long to Cardamone. Use his body, and there's that body strength, Gabe, that you mentioned before the game. Did well to position out Madigan. And Cardamone goes long, big grab, Paulus underneath us. Like a high tower there. Gets it up towards centre half forward. Oh, the arms were taken. Play on's a call. There he goes. That was Malice. Kicks towards goal. Can he get a kind bounce? No, he doesn't. Through for behind. 61 plays 98. 15.5 minutes in the final quarter. Geelong Falcons lead. Now that should be Rayner kicking out. Or Harris. Going long. There's Slensog. Kicks long. Goes to one-handed. They spoil the Eastern Rangers through Lockman. Over the back, Kalkowski. Oh, good work by Scott to paddle it forward. Ball going in all directions at the moment. Kalkowski underneath it. Tries to paddle it out. Got caught. The umpire ping him.
He tried to play for the free kick too high, but he didn't con the umpire, and then he made no effort to get rid of it.
Scott puts it in the hands of Norris. He's had a fair day. Callum Norris, good size of a player at half-back. Gives it to Quirk, who's had a good second half. He'll go wide to Gilby in the back pocket. Gilby. Shepherded on the mark and spears the pass, but it goes too long. Over the back it goes. They still get it. And that was taken that time. They'll kick it long. That was Stapleton. intercept at halfback by Geelong.
Oh, 2-on-1 here.
And they've got players around that centre wing, and they'll play on straight away and kick towards the forward line. Sammy Walsh takes a nice contested mark.
I don't think it was Walsh.
I don't think it was Walsh, but he plays on, and that was Ham on the left. And he's a class player there, Braden Ham. Puts it through for his third.
Champagne.
And didn't look worried at all when he put it on the boot. Little check side left footer. Puts it through. And that's the steadier they needed, Geelong. 16-8, 105 to 9-7, 61. Just makes no mistake of the game now. And we're 17 minutes in on the Technica time clock.
There was a bit of a champagne ham there, Matty, and well done. Join the club. But I think the Falcons, it's just now going through the motions, both sides.
Ball back in the middle. Falcons release it through Morton. High ball towards the half-forward flank. Scott and they share it around. Now the handball comes the way of Walsh. 40 metres out from goal. Fades to the left-hand side. It's still in play, and the Rangers are able to mop up. Handball over the top now to Norris. Clears defensive 50 for the Eastern Rangers. Awkward ball
Good
there
tap, though.
for Mellis. He did do well, and now it's in the hands of Clausen. Goes long with the kick. Over the top, Hollenkamp brought the ball to ground. And Duffy's all wrapped up. And the umpire says, give it to me, I will ball it up. Inside attacking 50 for the Eastern Rangers. There's McCormick. Is able to hold things up. Falcons eventually, though, get the clearance. Off half back. They send the ball towards the centre wing. Bounces in front of Parrish. As I do to support, handballs it to Walsh. Stops, props, chips it. Inside attacking 50. And once again, Braden Ham has the ball in his hands.
Just see Walsh there, just steadied, stopped, made the player run past. Then, not only that, to hit the target, didn't have to break stride, did Braden Ham there.
All while in traffic.
Exactly right.
Ham comes in. He'll have to kick it from about 49 metres out. Puts it on its way. It's to the left-hand side, though. 16-9, 105. Plays 9-7, 61 on the NG scoreboard. We're approaching the 20-minute mark of the final term on the Technica time clock. As the Rangers bring the ball towards the broadcast side. Carlamone just out of his reach. Over the line and out of play.
Just finishing the game off strongly, the Falcons.
Been a good performance for them today.
So we've got the throw in at half forward for the Falcons. Conway gets his body in front and gets it and handballs it out. He found his mate in Madigan. There's Sam Walsh, kicks a check side in the direction of the full forward area. Here's the go through Ham. Braden Ham hooks it too far again. He's missed a few.
That's 3 goals, 3 for Braden Ham.
She's a classy type. Liked his game.
Oh.
Kicks it to Bredden at the last line in the back pocket. Bredden's had a good second half. He kicks long to a contest this time. Conway makes ground and thumps it away. And you heard the whistle. The throw in is 55 out from the Geelong goal.
So no coincidence, the last 5 or so minutes, Billy McCormack's gone back forward and Falcons have taken some of the ascendancy away from the Rangers. So haven't been able to compete quite well around the ground.
Tap went the way of Conway. Gilby flicked the handball, cut off by Brownless. Had it over the top to Ham, up against the boundary line. Sold a bit of candy to get around Cardamone. Walsh under all sorts of pressure. Stripped the tackle, centering ball. Good, strong grab.
Didn't
taken
matter.
by Taylor.
Didn't matter, did it? Walsh just had enough smarts. You know, actually, who he reminds me a little bit of? Lockie Whitfield, when Lockie Whitfield was with Dandenong Stingrays. He just Whitfield had all that time in the world. Didn't matter. It looked like he was under pressure, but just could find the target. And you see this with Walsh.
Incredibly composed.
Well,
and that kick, or is it coming back?
Not
no.
enough.
Another minor score for the Falcons. They've had a few scoring opportunities this.
Logan Taylor, 1 goal, 3.
16-11, 107 plays 9, 761 on the NG scoreboard. Gilby, long ball towards the half-back flank on the outer side. Brownless got a fist involved. Carnamoni at the bottom of the pack, got it out. That was Corliss. He got a handball to his teammate who kicks it further up the field. Falcons overran it. Tackle there applied by Smith. And it's over the boundary line and out of play. We'll throw it in. Half forward flank outer side for the Eastern Rangers. But a much better second half of this round 4 match. Cardamone lost control of it. Brownless to Walsh. Spins his way out of traffic.
How good a kick that too.
Comes to the broadcast side. Handley under pressure. Had support. We'll get it back here. Handley still on half back now. He's in all sorts of trouble. Umpire said play on. Getting the quick kick away there was Zalek. Goes inside attacking 50 for the Eastern Rangers. But it's all Falcons. They've got all the numbers. Torpy off half back. Goes towards the centre wing outer side where Ham takes the mark. Puts it quickly on his boot. Out there in front of Scott. Keeps the ball in front of himself. Has to double back.
No.
Chips it short. Poor kick. Rangers take the intercept mark. And they send it back towards the centre wing outer side. Torpy flicks the handball backwards. Falcons kick smothered. Now the Rangers with a bit of run off half back. Witchard goes towards the top of the 50-metre arc. Smith fighting for it. Lost control of the footy. Pops out, or Rangers they kick the turf rather than the ball. Mellis gets it now. Burley whacks it on the boot. Not a bad looking kick, but it's offline. And just a minor score. 9-8-62 the Eastern Rangers. 16-11, 107 the Geelong Falcons. As we tick down towards the final siren here at Avalon Airport Oval.
Just around the grounds, Northern Knights 21, Power 9.
Interesting. Be a good game, that. Harris goes long. Now Kalkowski. Well, that was Ross. Gets it down towards full forward now. McCormack with the handoff. They can't get it around. Now they do. Kick up in the air by Wishard. It won't go the required distance. Players all around it. And that is the end of the game here at Avalon Airport Oval. And Geelong Falcons have run out comfortable winners. 16-11, 107 to the Eastern Rangers, 9-8-62. And it was great that we got the game that we wanted in that second half, Gabe.
Yeah, it was good way to finish the half. In that quarter there, the Falcons kicked 2 goals 6, Eastern Rangers 2 goals 3, so a relatively even quarter. So, look, hopefully the Rangers now use this as their benchmark, this second half, and that they can build on it. The Falcons, they were very polished. They had some really good match winners and some skill there. You know, Walsh and Torpy in the second half. Braden Ham, he looks like a bit of a footballer, and I think we're going to see a fair bit of him. You know, they had a target in Idoon. I think Drake did pretty well on him overall, but they at least had some tall guy there that they can kick to when under pressure, and he was able to compete a fair bit. For the Rangers, I thought we had some good players in Quirk. McCormack in the ruck was quite good. Kalkowski tried all day. Stapleton was pretty good. Malice as well, especially after the head knock, was pretty good. And as I said, Drake in the back line. But in the end, comfortable winners really. 45 points to the Falcons. Just quickly, the goal kickers, we had 3 goals each to Braden Ham and Schlensog. That's been tough all day. 2 goals to Wilson and Idoon, and singles to Morton, Walsh, Taylor, Brownless, Parrish and Conway. And for the Eastern Rangers, we had 2 goals to Kalkowski, and then singles to Clausen, Burley, Cardamone, Quirk, Jaworski, who was not a pretty good player too, Wickard, and Zalach.
Great stuff, and we'll have to gather our 4-3-2-1 votes.
Just quickly around the grounds, the Murray Bush Rangers 113, the Dragons 65, Hudson Garoni with 7.
Just before we do the votes, we'll grab Siobhan back on the mic, because we want to know what Sam Walsh ended up with. It was a...
Did we hit 40, Siobhan?
We sure did. Sam Walsh finished with 42 disposals and a goal. So he'll be in hospital tonight with leather poisoning, I reckon.
That's it.
And Oscar Brownless finished with 19 disposals and a very good goal.
Well done. Good work keeping an eye on those 2 individuals. We might do a bit more of that. I enjoyed that throughout the season, spotting a couple of players and keeping a closer eye on them what we would normally. So great work by Siobhan Rowe there. Anything else you find out of the game, Siobhan, that you liked?
I thought it picked up in the second half. It was a close contest for the 3rd and 4th quarters. Eastern really dug in, which was a good sign.
Yep.
But Geelong really showed their class today.
Yeah, well, at the end, was it a